Welcome. It's time for Friday Night Marketing. We're gonna rock. We're gonna roll. Rock and roll. Get real and bold. Come on, join the show now. It's about to unfold. Get raw, get real, get results now. We're the latest steel, making waves loud. On this stage, we ignite. Every Friday night, brand new fight. Get real, get results now. We're the latest steel, making waves loud. On this stage, we ignite. Every Friday night, brand new fight. In the spotlight, feel the fever. Every pitch and quest. Dreams are big, get bigger tonight. Push the limits, reach new heights. So grab your seat, don't blink an eye. 'Cause Friday night we'll touch the sky. And now, welcome. It's time for Friday Night Marketing Raw.
Booyah!
Hello! Lock up those of a fragile disposition.
Or not, and watch them go crazy.
But we will avoid the potty mouth for the first 5 minutes.
Maybe
or at least
5.
we'll try. You never know. That's a big part of the reason we have a 3-minute plus countdown. It gets us, we're 4 minutes in already. We've only got to manage another minute or so and we're safe. Anyway, hello, Ellie. Good to see you over there in YouTube land. Hi, Tom Clark. Good afternoon. Good evening, Ganga to you.
I'm
Tom's been at the hospital all day with the missus. I hope that everything's okay. She's got shit kidneys. I love Tom's.
Shit should not be in the kidneys.
No.
You're
So
saying
she's got a kidney issue. I feel sorry for her, genuinely. I had
kidney stones.
I had stones, and that was the worst pain I've ever experienced, bar none. Horrible. And
ask her if it's worse than childbirth.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't tell you that, but I'm sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Tom, ask your wife if it's worse than
because I hear that childbirth is almost as bad as man flu.
That's the reason why I want to see how kidney stones rank in the realm of pain? I can tell you right now, brain surgery, that don't hurt at all.
Different type of pain. Interesting. Yeah, but the thing is, it must be different because I swear anyone that's had kidney stones wouldn't ever want it again. But women go through having a baby more than once. Not everyone.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So,
and the outcome's the same. Something comes out down there.
Yeah. Yes.
You can make jewelry out of those stones. There's actually places that do that for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something I recommend, and but hey, you never know. Maybe there's a sideline business. There's your marketing idea of the night. Kurt's idea: kidney stone jewelry. You never know. It might catch on. It might. Anyway, Tom. But all joking aside, genuinely, I wish your Mrs. Well, and I hope she has a speedy recovery. But glad you're here. I'm glad you went right. We've been at the fucking hospital. Piss off, Mrs. I'm going to get on Friday Night Marketing Raw.
Hit that button that gives you painkillers and go to sleep while I talk to the guys here.
So, as always, anyone out there that wants to join us on camera and microphone, the link is already in the chat. I don't leave it scrolling along the bottom that often now, but we will put it up for a moment just so that people can see it, those that haven't seen the chat. And feel free to share this YouTube thing out to people you know and stuff, and who you know might or think might be interested in the kind of garbage that we spew out here on a Friday night. We will in good time, of course, be answering the question that everyone comes here for, so don't worry, that will be answered. It's Mr. Stephen Meller.
Mr. Meller.
Hello there. Hello.
Hello. And congratulations on reaching the goal on your charity ding dong thingaming cow cattle.
It wasn't a big goal, but we did it, which I'm pleased with.
It's a good thing. You had fun doing it. It was for a good cause, and and as we didn't bother going live last week because even though I knew you were finished by that time, I was like, you know what? Let's just get people to go to something early and do that.
Well, actually, on the Friday we weren't finished. On the Friday, I think we went till about 11 o'clock-ish, so we would have been over that time. But yeah, it was a good event. Oh God! Monday, I spent 2 days ill purely because I'd spent all weekend playing games. So I had 2 days that I needed to have to recover from that period of time at the beginning of the week because it was just such a mad thing to do over a 3-day period.
A very different thing when you're I'm in the mood for a game, and you get into it. You put up, you do something dangerous like load something like Civilization, which is I avoid doing now because there's no such thing as I'll just have an hour or two on Civilization.
You can't even get civil.
It's worse now. We've got those little handheld devices because you can take it with you.
You can take it with you,
and anywhere.
I know. And so I tried not to, and because I know I have that addictive personality, I like to try and keep my game. But when you're doing something like that, there's a difference. Even if you let yourself go and say play all weekend and hardly sleep, you can still function the next day. But when you've had to do it, and it's not,
the difference is what we're doing right now. It's streaming. As soon as you're streaming,
we were getting a lot of feedback.
As soon as you're streaming, as soon as you have to talk, as soon as you have to have those conversations with people, it suddenly becomes a problem. It suddenly becomes something that you have to do. It doesn't matter if you enjoy streaming or not. It takes much, much more energy out of you. So I can sit here and play games for hours, and I don't feel like I've been playing a game for hours. But to do it and then to stream it to people, that's an energy drain, which you can't really. Yeah. You don't know that it's going to happen until it's happened.
It's also why I don't think. There's that thing where people go, "Oh, it wouldn't Twitch streaming be a great thing to be into? You just play games all day." But the truth is, it isn't that.
No, it's not.
If
It's
you
not
are
at all.
going to do it to that level and you want to be serious, you have got to stream the same time you got to have a schedule.
Yep.
You got to do this. You got to do that. You've got to play that game even when you last thing you want to do, because you promised us last stream next time we'll be playing this. You're not in the mood to play that. Oh, for fuck's sake! But and there's a difference there. And so I do always say to people, that's fine. But my experience was I looked at it and went, that's nice. That'd be fun, and it is fun if you just do it for fun. I don't want it to be my job, so I stream for fun when I want on Twitch. I'm playing a game, and I think, you know what? I fancy having a few people taking a piss. Let's just jump on. I'm having a chill stream. I might be sat back with my thing playing, and after I forget I'm streaming, and then someone will say hello, and then you go, oh yeah, and then someone else will say hello, and you have a little chat, and they ask what you're playing, and you get a bit of back and forth. It can be quite fun, addition to a chill streaming session. But to have to do that to a schedule, no thanks.
No, it's not. I mean, we do it twice a week, Mondays and Tuesdays, and there's more than one of us. Yeah, we're getting a lot of your room in there, Ali. There's there's three of us who stream regularly on those periods as well. So to some extent, you can kind of hand it off to someone else. If I need to step away from the computer, I can. A lot of streamers can't do that, right? Because they've got to keep playing. So, but then we're all old, so we can't do what the kids are doing. You know.
To be honest, that's the other thing a reason. At one point, I had 3 people that were interested, and I did say we could maybe do something, and try and always commit to 2 of us being there. And then I said,
yeah.
And whenever I went away and thought about it and thought about what the commitment would be, most of us went not too keen. And it is one of those.
I think that's the mistake people make with not just Twitch but YouTube as well.
Yes.
When anything where you've got a set schedule and you have to keep releasing stuff to a schedule, writing a blog, exactly the same thing. You know, because you've still got to be there day in, day out, week in, week out, whatever your schedule is. And sometimes you don't want to sit down in the morning and write 1,000 words on something that maybe today you don't care about it. Maybe tomorrow you'll absolutely adore it, but today, right now, you just don't care about it and you want to get on with something else.
Yeah. I have
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes, we can.
Much better.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know that I've got many. When people say to me, "What are you working on?" and I go, it's because I'm actually thinking.
Because it's never one thing, is it? It's always like there's a couple of things, and one of them will go, and you'll go, "Oh, well, now it's that one." But until then, you don't really know.
When I was doing this on a more part-time basis, I think when you first start, you've got to be a bit more. If you've only got limited hours, you've got to really laser focus, even if it's not your strong point. You've got to do everything you can. When you get to the stage where you're doing this using more of it, I mean, I've been doing this as my full-time thing for years. So to me, it's like, okay, I can have several projects on the go as long as one's always moving forward. And
I'll go out and try.
Actually, you're good, Ellie.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
I hear everything twice in a delay.
You haven't got it running on YouTube in the background, have you?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Here we go.
Sorry. Okay.
No worries.
Okay,
technical issues.
Oh God, forgot all about it.
I only know because I've made that mistake several times. You ever see me looking puzzled? It's something's gone wrong, but I'm not sure if it's me or. And then I figure out it might be me, and then it's what it is, and then you suddenly see me sort of relax again. That's because I've done some stupid shit like that on a live.
Yeah,
always doing it.
Well, consistency, as Tom says, is key. Matter of fact, I'm so consistent, I'm inconsistent. El Guapo.
Yeah, I mean,
El
Tom's
Guapo's
right.
so famous, he's infamous.
If you're talking about content marketing, then absolutely, you've got to be consistent about it. But then that's why
there's more fluidity in than others. I don't set out.
Yeah, of course.
To go, I'm doing a product on this date and this date and this date. All I know is that in a year, I'm probably going to release 4 or 5 products.
Right.
Mhm.
And some of them will only be smaller versions of other things or repurposes.
Yeah.
And really, I'm probably going to come up with three or four good ideas in the year that I would say are serious products that are worthy of going, hey, everyone, I'm got this and whatever else.
Yeah.
So, but when in the year isn't always, sometimes, it might be that I put one out in January, one out in February, and then nothing until
Nothing until the end of the year.
But
I mean, I'm in
the way
that
I
situation
do it,
now
I
where,
don't like releasing it until it's right and it's ready.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, I'm in that situation now where my products will keep me going for a couple of months, but I kind of need to get on and make the next product.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I kind of have to do that. I'm working on ways of, in the long run that won't be the case, but right now I've got to keep making products. But it's not easy because you've got to then come up with a different idea or a different take on the same ideas that you've done before. And yeah, I can see why people kind of fall into that trap of just releasing the same product again and again and again.
Kurt's just had the biggest kick in the nuts on product development that happens. It just happens. One of those.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, you mentioned it on the other thing. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, but it isn't the point. There's still something there. It's just it isn't there now, and you've got to be able to ride out the hit because until you come, I've been there and done that. That's just part of when you get to.
You ever work a soundboard? Got to move the faders up and down because that's the way internet marketing is if you got multiple products, you got to fade. Okay, this one's got to fade back down. This one's got to fade up. And
suddenly you find yourself having to do something very quickly to kind of plug the gap.
Yeah,
but you'll do it. You'll find something because there will be something that's
already
in the fire.
This is why I get people that are new to information marketing to start small, because if you're going to put in you're going to put your time, energy, and effort into this thing, and you're hinging, you want it to be a success. We all want that. So you do it one or two ways. You can spend absolutely fucking hours on it and still get rug pulled on because of something that's out of your control, as it was in this case.
And to be honest, it was in the best interest of the company that owns the software that I was grabbing the information from. So it was into their best intentions for their own customers. So I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. I mean,
I had this. I mean, I'm launching Monday, but actually I made the course about a month ago now.
Yeah, because
I'm coming up to that.
Yeah,
I gave you and Kurt access the day that I had it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Weeks.
In that time, Google, which I'm using Google AI to show people what to do. In that time, Google has released updates, and what I said at the beginning isn't quite right anymore because there's some models that you've got to pay for now, and some that you don't. So I made a quick video just to explain that to people when they get in. But it was entirely possible that you reached launch and Google would just completely pull the plug. Now, I'm lucky I could use practically any AI to run these things through. J.K. Dowdall's been looking at it and he said he's using ChatGPT to do the same thing. So it's the same prompts, it's just a different process.
Yeah, exactly.
But you just find the next way of doing the same thing, essentially. It's but yeah,
are they releasing versions of ChatGPT and Claude like crazy?
They're trying to keep up with the Chinese. Yeah. Oh, but did you see the news on 4.5? That everyone is slating 4.5. They say it's just nowhere near as good as it should be. So, I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Although
I don't have access to it yet.
No, I don't either. All the coders are saying how good Claude 3.7 is. And I'm
Abacus
going to try it this weekend. Yes.
Kurt has become an Abacus convert as well.
Yes,
absolutely brilliant. The fact that you've got all of those things and you can test them out is fantastic. So,
for half the price.
I know. Yeah. It does stop being half the price if you really get into the coding side of it, because then there's a lot of code going backwards and forwards. But there's still some free ways of doing that. And Copilot, which is part of Microsoft, which is part of GitHub, so good, pedigree. $10 a month, $10 a month, I should say. And then you can code practically limited. Although they do rate limit you on a sort of daily basis, but
Right.
you can use it practically as much as you want. So, there's options out
But
there.
if you're doing small chunks of code, like a one-page code,
a
it's not that
one-page
big of a
thing,
deal.
no, it's not at all. Not at all. In fact, I have just for the
Exactly.
very first
And
time, I'm setting up a new website for my Doctor Who stuff, and for the very first time, I've not installed WordPress. I've gone into the coder that I'm using, and I'm saying I want to have a React Next.js website. Build this for me, and it means I can have those little animation things that I couldn't do in WordPress, and I don't need to code it. The AI is going to code it for me. It's just right now I'm figuring out how to make that work, because everything I've done with AI coding so far has been the bog standard. Just give me a form to fill in and then connect this AI to this AI, and it does it for me because, but that didn't need to look pretty. The front end of a website needs to look pretty. So that's a really big task to try and get it to do,
I am glad you said that, because there was a successful product launched last week, was it? Luther?
No idea.
Landers?
Yes.
Scratch
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that was a hit. So I made it look much frickin' better. And it's customizable. And you can get email addresses from it. People can also share it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's much better. Much better. And I've made many different versions, and you can customize them to your customers, whoever that
It's a
might
really
be.
nice little look.
So this is just an update on where kidney stones ranks. But what we now need to know is what the TripAdvisor star rating on pregnancy, well, not pregnancy, giving birth. Is that where does it? Because does that get slightly more stars? Does that, just so that we know? But
right, yeah. How many stars? Not how many babies.
I think
How many stars?
But 1 star at TripAdvisor is as low as you can go. So anyone thinking of getting kidney stones out there, our research and experience would suggest it's not a good idea. Hope that helps.
I think that's probably true. And you know what? It's a good job you're using TripAdvisor, because if you were using Fangoria, they would have been chainsaws. So,
yeah, exactly.
They were to sit you down to Muslim-based countries, and
Right, let's very quickly, before this goes in a bad direction, let's answer the question everybody wants to know the answer to.
Has George Wigan given David Kirby his money back yet?
just fucking give him his damn money.
Of course he hasn't. Still no news. No, oh, hang on. This just coming in quick off the. No, he hasn't. And that was.
Has George Wigan given David Kirby his money back yet?
And the answer
There
is
we go.
no. Still no.
That is a segment that Dan Bradley still says is the best thing on this thing. Well, he wasn't here in time. Where are you, Dan?
Dan,
he said he'd be around. I spoke to him last night.
Yeah, he said he's going to. He often.
he's round like me.
Dan's often just finishing up real work this time of the day, real online business stuff.
Real work. Yes.
Yeah, bollocks to that. It's too late at night for that here.
That is that once you've finished a product and you've got you're basically in the now I'm promoting it phase, which is a lot of waiting around until you hit the right time to send people messages.
Yeah.
The pull to not actually do any more work until your products are launched is terrible. But you're going to need to get on with stuff.
Yes.
It's been bad this time. I haven't actually written the emails to promote my own product to my own list yet.
It's all right.
Could have done it.
Do you know, though, I bet you already know what you're going to say, because...
Oh, God, yeah, of course. Well, I've written the sales page and everything, so I all of the the gubbins of what the product is kind of in me at the moment. I just have to regurgitate it onto a page. It's pretty
I
simple.
was chatting to someone the other day, and they were talking about something, and I was like, "Yeah, I've got this email thing that I meant to have done by now, but I haven't written it yet." And they were like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god!" I went, "Oh," I said, "Let me rephrase that. It's written in my head. I know
Yeah.
what the hook is, what the lead, what is, and what the sequence and how space. That's what I've been figuring out in my head the last 3 weeks.
Mm.
I've just got to sit down and actually go clickety clack and press the buttons now. So it's not as bad as I haven't even thought about it, written it.
That's the most painful bit of the whole sequence. Actually, sitting and writing an email is pretty easy. Scheduling it doesn't matter what bit of software you're using to do it. Scheduling it can be a real pain. I mean, just to click the right boxes in the right order and make sure you don't screw up, so you send it 2 days too early or something.
I'm glad we've answered that. So there we go. So it's official. Kidney stones worse
Are worse than childbirth. Yep.
by
So that
long.
means man. flu's
Even
still
if
number
you
one.
get to keep the kidney stones afterwards, apparently.
And even
not as
if
good
you
as a
could turn them
baby.
into necklaces, that wouldn't even give it an extra
wouldn't,
star.
no.
Whereas you do get a baby at the end of a pregnancy, or we certainly hope you do.
Yes.
Yeah, but after a few
To be
years,
fair,
you lose the baby.
you can't turn the baby into a necklace either. Some
I
people
guess you
try.
can.
Well, maybe that's the advantage of kidney stones. Legally, you can turn the stones into jewelry afterwards, whereas with a baby, you can't legally turn it into just a piece of jewelry afterwards.
Yeah, not
that's
legally.
probably
No.
true.
So we've I think that's what and that that's how we work out what legal definitions are.
What I'm just going to go into a different realm of marketing here just for a moment. There are event things in life that people spend a ton of money on. That's births, weddings, little babies' birthdays, and funerals.
Funerals?
And the one that they spend the most on is children's funerals.
Yes, I can
There's an
imagine that,
actual
actually. But having
there is a
said that,
jewelry
I've never
store
found
in
a
town.
use case to be a photographer at a funeral, because for some reason,
Yeah.
the large amount of money you spend on it, nobody wants to remember it.
No one wants to book a photographer for a funeral. We need to turn
My-
it. There's
My
gotta-
wife
thought
actually does it for free. We do my wife actually does it and has done it for some children's funerals at our church. And the parents thank her later. They're like, we just never thought about
Yeah.
trying to.
Well,
do
no, I
this.
think that's probably true. But
It's a very hard sales pitch, though, isn't it? Look,
Yeah.
I know you're grieving.
Well,
but
and we do
grieving,
it for
but-
free. So
Do
yeah,
you
there's
know
no sales
what's
pitch
gonna
there.
Well, there's that.
Do you know what's going to make that grieving worse? When a week after the funeral, you go, "We should have had a photographer."
Yeah.
Signed here. It's like what a cunt clothes to have to do.
Well,
Yeah.
I was saying that there's a jewelry store that was taking the cremations and turning it into jewelry. So you can carry your
I've
loved
seen
one with
those things. Yeah, they turn them into, and a couple of them have been sued because they weren't actually using the ashes of the loved ones to do it. They were just mining the jewels from the ground instead. So yeah.
you. Are you talking about pull-out method there, Tom? Sorry.
And it all.
The pull-up method is coming to Warrior Plus next week.
Yes. Pull out profit.
Coming
Pull out profit.
over and over and over again.
And over again.
It will be launched every week.
It's a confirmed launch from Billy Dar.
But it's only a very quick launch, and it's over too soon.
Yes, but don't
It
worry.
lasts
next
just a
week we'll
few
be launching
minutes.
The same thing again, but calling it brand new.
But the ramifications can last for years.
We laughed our asses off last week after we were a couple of weeks ago. We weren't on. We had a little private Zoom call, some of us, a couple of weeks ago. We were chatting and saying about a certain launch coming up, which was launched this week. It was called Fem from Billy Dar and Company.
Oh,
And-
right, okay.
And we looked at it, and obviously it's shit. But the sales copy, the very first line at the top of the world's first AI video something, it does whatever it does, right? And then we look at what their last launch was, which was 3 weeks ago. Oh, sorry, press the wrong button. Removed him. And it was, they had another thing that does the same thing but with slightly different characters. You can add him, Kurt. And they called that the world's first. It was 3 weeks ago, for fuck's sake. Hello, Dan.
Yeah.
Hello.
Daniel-san.
Hello.
Steven-san.
I believe my counterpart is on his way as well. Sorry we're late. We got in a conversation and I went, oh, it's 5:30. Well, 10:30 for you guys.
Yeah.
We better make a move.
There you go. Good to see you. We were
Good to
just,
see you guys
just
too.
saying how all you need to do to make money apparently is launch the same product over and over and just call it the world's first every week.
Well, if we're talking about the person I think we're talking about.
Really? I've already
Oh,
named
there
it.
we go. Did you see his competition?
No, I didn't actually.
He
What's his
is
competition?
number 1 on his own contest. Would you
Oh,
believe?
right.
So,
Well,
Yes, I would believe that.
of course he is.
yes. I've awarded myself the first prize. Thank you very much. Who's second? Justin fucking Opay, probably.
Oh, it's not Justin Opay anymore. It's Justin Pixabuild.
Oh, I don't know. He's with these days. I mean, basically, it's a
No, that's his name on Facebook now.
the
Because
minute
he got
you-
tired of people searching for him to whoop his ass.
That is probably quite a thing in the internet marketing business. Just every now and again, just change your name slightly so they don't find your bad reviews.
Oh yeah, because he's
Yeah.
done Billy Dar, Bilal Dalal. He's done all the variations he can. So, and then his mates around.
So if we see a William pop up next year, we know who it is, don't we?
yes, from Sir William Dar.
So
William Nosferatu Dar. Yes.
Then Willie Dar.
Sir William of Dar.
That's his next one, Willie Dar, or won't he?
Willie Doodah.
We Willy Wonka
Willie
Dar.
Doodar. That's a
Willie,
good one.
Willie Doodah all day.
Oh dear.
Yes, probably.
Then Big Willie Doodah.
And then Beelopper Doodar. So that's all sorted. We've got his next several names sorted out for him then. So look out for any
Yeah.
product of those names and don't buy it. That's typical.
What's his latest product called that he keeps
Fem.
ramping? Sorry?
Fem. I can't remember what it was called a few
FEMM.
weeks
It's
ago,
like-
but
So it's like
Speaking of
phlegm.
Fem, hi Richie.
It's like
Hey.
like phlegm, but fem.
Fem as in female on the basis.
Like
this one
Femme
does video
Fatale, but
characters
without the
that are women.
fatale.
The whole idea behind it, when you look at it, if you actually read between the lines and pick out what you can of what they're doing, they're saying use AI to generate pictures of good-looking women, make Instagram accounts, flirt with blokes, and then get them to buy affiliate products. That's the entire thing they're going to sell.
I
Does
mean,
it-
it's not the worst business I've seen him come up with, to be honest.
No, I mean, it would
You know.
potentially work.
We've talked
he's-
about that in Society 11 for how long?
Ages ago, we discussed that because we and crikey, back in the day when I started, we tried all sorts of things, any form of marketing. I made a shit ton of money promoting sex cam sites at one point.
Yeah. How much?
As the model,
Shit ton of money, not as a model. No, definitely not. Definitely great. If I tried modeling, they'd be paying me to put my clothes on.
He wants a
So
potato.
So what you're saying is you lived in Romania, you had a brother called Tristan Tate, and your name is Andrew Tate.
I was an affiliate for one of the. I can't remember even what it's called now because this is going back a long way.
TateIndustries.com.
But they had these sites like Camera Contacts, Webcam Girls, Bonga something, and so they're all owned by similar companies. And basically, we thought, well, what's the easiest way to get affiliate money, right? So this particular company at the time had two things you could do as an affiliate, and you could send either link out. One would pay you a percentage of everything that person spent for the next so many years. But the more common one was if you went for the one where when they signed up, you just got $75 one time, done and dusted. And that was the one we used.
It's
Because
great, wasn't it?
the way we were using it was going on chat sites. You would have these fake personas, And we had bots that did a lot of this. They were really rudimentary bots, but they fucking worked. And so, because if you got the, okay, got to be careful how I say this now. If you got people from certain countries who are real cheapskates and didn't speak great English, then what you would do, they still have money, they still have credit cards. So what you do is they'd apparently befriend this girl who works on a campsite. But hey, you can come and talk to me on a campsite for nothing. Because apparently there's this loophole someone's found where you get to talk to me, but I still get paid and it won't cost you anything. Oh, what's that? We send this hokey bit of software, which then went to Sharecash. So to get the software downloads, you had to go do some surveys, which also paid us some money.
It was brilliant.
Then you unlocked this bit of software, which was simply a web browser with a button that said something protect and some other bullshit on it. It was like complete. It was just a web browser with some buttons that did nothing, really. So the instructions were: you install this, you sign up for your account using this link. You will have to put something in, but just put the minimum on if you want, like $5 or $10. You won't even be spending it because you then come and talk to me, but you do it through this browser and your credit won't go down. So, of course, they'd go, they click through, they talk to the cam girl that they thought they were talking to, but there was some Polish, she wasn't going to talk their language either, so it wouldn't matter. No one would figure it. By the time they figured it out and they disconnected, they got charged and everything. Of course, they fucking did. Software didn't work. Who are they going to complain to?
Hello, credit card company. Sorry to bother you. I phoned this porno line.
Never had a
as
refund.
charge-
We got $75 to sign up. We only had to get them to put money
No
on
one's
our
going to complain.
and use.
Not even going to tell your missus, are you, if you're
penny of
married?
it. Just spend 1 pence out of the $10, and we got $75 in our bank. So we only had to get long enough to get that, and we didn't give a shit. I'm not saying
We made money on shit.
I'm not saying
Sharecash, didn't
it's
we?
right. I am saying I did it at one point. I don't condone it.
Well, yeah, I was in the same boat. I did the adult sites too, and I even on eBay you could sell magazines and stuff, right? Adult magazines, Playboy, whatever, doesn't matter. Did you know that you could also sell adult ebooks? And yes, I did.
You could in the States. You couldn't in the UK.
And I had them all going to affiliate links on the inside of the ebook. So it was nothing more than they were paying me to get affiliate links. And it was the old style EXE ebooks. So the minute they downloaded, they opened it up.
It was like those PDFs you used to sell on eBay for 99p, all about a certain bow. And really what Kurt had done is lob the information. This is a few years ago, and this was AI in the earliest days of when we were getting it in phrase and other things, right? So Kurt would take the specs, extrapolate out and turn it into an article, then put a positive spin on why they should buy it, and then just give them the link at the end for how to get to the best possible price. Well, people paid him 99p for basically all the information that was on an Amazon listing and his affiliate link. That's what they were paying 99p for.
And then I did the exact same thing, put it up on Amazon, but it was for an eBay listing.
But when all these buggers are on eBay looking for a cheap bow or looking for this bow, and they see this thing and they're thinking, oh, I've been thinking of getting one of those bows that cost more than I was going to spend. This guy's got to get the best price. Okay, let's see what it is.
Best price, full review, give you the full information.
It's less than $1. It's like, yeah, thanks very much. Give you that as a tip. Let me see. And then they read it and they go, oh yeah, it does sound like a good one. And then they might go through your Amazon thing. Obviously, you don't get necessarily that, but if it's the first checkout and there's all that bullshit in the way, but
I used to make $3,000 to $6,000 a month on eBay commissions years and years ago doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Because what I would do is I would link to, if you remember this service called Fat Wallet.
I do.
Fat Wallet paid you as an affiliate to send traffic to it. Fat Wallet had coupons that worked on eBay. So I'd say I could get you a coupon that saves you 25% on this bow. Well, the bow was $1,000. I would still get 6% of $750 over and over and over again. It's just a way of looping it all together. But you can't do that anymore because they pay shit.
So, the question, right? Did you say Billy Dar brings out his product regularly? He repeats the same product.
Of
Yeah,
course.
because
That's why he's called it Fem, because he releases it once a month, doesn't he?
28 days.
He's here all week, folks. Tip your waitress, try the fish.
Yeah,
You are
I mean,
England, aren't
it is his business model, isn't it? That's the usual thing. I still get my daily dose of dar, as I call it. Are you going to mail? Are you going to mail? Are you going to mail?
I take it it's just all about the Fem one at the moment.
You're transgender.
Let's have a look. I tend to give him very little bandwidth, but here we go. So, what have we? Oh, he's broken out today. He sent me 3 messages.
Oh.
He sent me a picture of him winning his competition, which doesn't really help me want to promote.
What competition did he win?
He won his own competition.
He's like, lots of affiliates are making sales, and yet you are right at the top of that list.
He sent his own freaking...
Yeah, with the amounts on that only a vendor would see.
Jeez, what a dick.
And then he's like, possible to push again today. I mean, I pushed out a shit, but I don't think that's what you mean. Any chance you can send out a few more emails? Appreciate you.
A few more? Well, then no, I can't. Because to send more, I have to have sent one.
Just sent some, yeah.
So, fuck off.
But I do get, so bearing in mind, this is the thing, right? So bearing in mind, this product launched on the 26th of February. The first time that he sort of hit me up to promote his launch was on the 18th of February, telling me that the JV doc is coming soon. So on the 18th of February for the 26th. And then the JV doc was ready on Sunday. What was Sunday? The 23rd? 23rd?
Something like that.
And it launched on the 26th. So he only had the JV page ready 3 days before launch.
And when you went to it, even on launch day, the sales page on launch day wasn't linked to the sales page preview and anything. Half it didn't work. So the JV page was there, but the actual links on it just went back round in a circle.
I don't get that far. I just see him come in and go, oh, daily dose of DAR. Brilliant. Next.
But the funny thing is, when we looked at that one, looked at the sales page for it, and then we looked at the launch before, and the headlines are virtually identical. The product is very, very similar. There's been almost no tweak. Just let's change the color scheme, the name, say use more female characters, call it Fem, and then claim it's the world's first video tip. But they met the same claims they made last time. Which was the world's first? This one or the one you released 2.5 weeks ago, which you said was the world's first? They can't both be.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's just you have a piece of software made, don't you? And then, just give it a reskin every time and away you go. That's what it is, really.
I think that's how a lot of people do it, unfortunately.
Do you guys ever get those idiots? They buy something from you for under $10, and then they just go straight to PayPal and do a
once or twice. It happens.
I don't get
them. Only that I don't get them now. We're on JV Zoo, but we did as a Warrior Plus launch. Yes.
Yeah, I went in. I hit refund in PayPal, and then I went blocked. So, screw you, mate, and I removed them off the email list as well. So,
You'll always get them, and I mean sometimes it's just so it really angers me because it really should be there when there's no other option as a protection. But the fact that they're able to do that when I know we have a support desk because I'm answering the bloody emails every day in it. We are very easy to contact. There's a support email link in JV Zoo. There's a support on all the bottom of the emails where they can contact us. There's one inside the membership. It's everywhere because I'd rather they reach out to support. And for them even not to bother doing that and just going straight to a dispute, gone. Don't eat your business.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've reduced the number. I when you do it, it's going to happen. You're going to get the odd one now and again, right? But I reduced the amount they happen dramatically by going into my PayPal and filling in that little bit that you can fill in that they see when they start to open a dispute. And it says clearly in there, I've put in there, sorry you feel it's come to this. Before you open a dispute, are you sure you've contacted me at this email address and have done this and have followed this and done this? Thank you very much, sort of thing. And a lot of people at that point stop and think, well, no, I didn't. Except one dickhead who went, yes, I did, insisted to PayPal he did, copied and pasted the proof he did, and he spelt my name wrong in the email address. I never got the email. That's right. But the moment I was aware there was a problem, I sorted it out. But you'd already so I mean, that one in the end, I just went, have your money back. I'm not going to ban you yet because you haven't done it multiple times before, but I'm keeping an eye on you, prick. It's just one of those things. But
I do think it's too easy with PayPal, right? With a credit card, they've actually got to ring the bank, and the bank is going to ask them. And I know this because it's the job I used to do when I used to work for MBNA in the UK, right? And we used to ring. They used to ring, and I used to have to say to them, "Okay, have you tried to contact the vendor?" Right? Yes. Okay. When? How did you reach out to them? What did they say? Did they not reply? So there's all that to go through, and so they literally have to lie, and then they'll open a chargeback. We used to have a rule. We used to have a rule at the bank, and different banks had different ones. But ours at MBNA was, and it doesn't exist anymore because it was MBNA, then Bank of America, then Lloyd's, and now it's I don't know. Now it is Lloyd's, I think. But we used to say, if you ring up and say, I bought this, whatever, it never arrived, and it was less than £10, we would just refund the customer and never open a dispute, right? Because it's not worth our time. Barclays, going back, this was 10 years ago, it might be different now, but Barclays used to have a charge-off limit of £50. It means you could call your bank every time you spent less than 50 quid on a non-chip and pin transaction, say you didn't recognize it, and they just refund you and never open a chargeback because it wasn't worth their time and money to process a chargeback. And that's what it was. Whereas with PayPal, it's click, chargeback open.
Yeah,
it's just too easy.
The thing is, on that last, so the last one I just mentioned, on that one, if I wanted to be an arse, I could have easily won it. Because I can go back now and say, right, you haven't followed the thing, you haven't followed this. And then what I would do is I'd point out all the things they hadn't done, and I would hit the escalate to PayPal, and they would always, they'll see it in my favor. It happens every time. But on this one, what I did was I put the thing in, I pointed out, I'm sorry you feel this way, but this is what's gone wrong. You clearly haven't. You've emailed the wrong email. You've done the wrong thing. No wonder I haven't seen it. You must have got bounce back messages from them. So you must have known something was wrong. And I said, but this product was within the 30-day window. And I had pretty much any no questions, money back type thing on it anyway. So I just went, have your money back, not a problem. But other ones where they're just knobs, especially on products where I've got a refund policy that says something like, get this, actually try it, especially when it's something when there's only a few things to do. And if you don't get results, you can have your money back. And then it stops all the dickheads like the one Kurt got the one time when we got, I want a refund, please. There's too much copying and pasting involved. That was their reason. In a product we created where you go in and you had to copy and paste exactly 4 pieces of information in total and push a button.
That's too much.
But that was too much copying and pasting.
Tell me how you'll never make anything online without telling me you'll never make anything online.
Right. So and we just laughed at it and we get to tell the story. So have your money back. You're clearly unhelpable at this point, right? So bye-bye. But on the whole, if I've got a thing that says you've got to at least do this, or you've got to put a minimum stipulation, mine are never that steep. then I do point that out, and I've never lost one with PayPal when I've done that. There you go.
Wow.
That's the message you need to set up.
Warning, read this before you file a dispute. You must file a refund request first at my email address prior to opening a dispute with PayPal. Failure to do so may result in being restricted from future purchases. PayPal dispute mechanisms exist for cases when sellers do not respond to buyers' requests or emails, because that's exactly what it's for. If you have purchased from USISP LLC or our support link, email is placed in multiple places and download areas and emails. In most cases, someone opening a dispute, they have not correctly followed procedure and opened a support ticket or requested assistance or a refund request. If you have not emailed in a support ticket and decided to proceed with a PayPal dispute without trying to contact us, you will be added to a shared blacklist.
And we do.
Yes, we do.
In Society 11, this is we're going to reveal a secret on the live stream that we've kept in Site 11, but the secret is this. We'll say this much. We won't tell you anything about it other than we have a shared blacklist for our members. And so any of our members that sell that have genuine dickheads, right, and they are checked, it's not like, oh, this one person refunded me one time, right? But these serial refunders and people that can't follow simple instructions, you're better off not having them as customers to begin with. So we share them on a blacklist. So when we say it will restrict further purchases, it can actually get people, because our blacklist is shared, 10, 20 people add it to their Warrior Plus block.
Oh, JV Zoo's worse. You add it to about 4 or 5 on JV Zoo, they're blocked from everything on JV Zoo.
They can't buy anything. Yeah, there's a point at which you get to. So going on our shared blacklist actually is a right pain in your ass.
Mm-hmm. And any future payments through main payment gateways may be limited or refused. Please do not hesitate to contact us to open a refund request and give us some time before opening a dispute. Please be reasonable with allowing us time. Thank you in advance, USISP LLC.
Where do you add that in PayPal?
It is, and once you go into your profile, you're going to go to Business Management Preferences, Customer Service Message.
Perfect.
So here's a question that I've got while we're on the topic. I did have this kind of on I thought we'll do it later on, but I don't mind doing it on the live. At what point do you decide to fire a customer? So give you some context. A customer that's, we're talking low ticket products, but several of them including upgrades. So there's been a few $100s spent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And support tickets from that individual buyer. Today was the 38th one in about a 2-week time period.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going back over the tickets thinking, have we messed up here? Have we not explained something correct? You know, is it something that's not been explained right? Because it's a bit strange. It's not what we usually would have. And going back, and it's the same questions. And the questions that are being asked, a lot of them would be answered by just going through the course because I cover it in the content.
I've had this a lot of times.
At what point do you say, and I looked at it, and it was only because they bought initially, they came in through an affiliate, but the last sort of big fund that they bought just through me from my list. There was no affiliate attached to it. So there has been a few $100 that have changed hands. But I'm just at the point, I was saying to Richie, I was like, this is really starting to take up a lot of time. At what point do we say, look, you're not understanding, you're not following through what I teach you in the course. Let's just refund you and go our own ways.
Do you think it would be worthwhile to have a 20 to 30 minute Zoom call with them to walk it through? Because here's the thing, sometimes hearing the same information over.
Yeah. I have an objection for it, and I have an objection for it because of the way that Richie and I do business. And so that one of the big things that people want is to get on a call with me. And the way to do that is to pay me for it because they're going to be coaching clients.
Correct.
Now, if I devalue that by getting on a call with him, you know where I'm going.
I'm with you on that because they haven't paid for that. This is really important. there's one thing where you want to retain a customer and get a good customer, and you do look up customers that are good. You look after them. I don't make any secret of that. But you're going to get people from time to time. But yeah, they'll buy the front end products, but they just can't be bothered to do any of it. It's like, I bought your product, tell me what to do. I bought your product, tell me what to do. And it's not unfair to say, you've bought my product. You have not bought access to me. I've greatly reduced the amount of people that push the limits by doing things like having on some products things like a mastermind group as one of the upsells, right? And then I can divert a lot of the questions. I can say, ask that in a mastermind. Guess what happens? They ask it in a mastermind, and everyone that's already in there says, well, it's in a training, you dick. So it's not me now calling them out on it quite so much. Also, I think it's good to have make people need to be aware that effectively that's what you're buying a product from me. You buy the product. You don't get access to me. You don't, because that is coaching or mentoring or whatever you want to call it. Do you get support? Yes.
And you guys know my products because you promote with them. You've seen them. Would you possibly believe that there could be 37 support tickets about Gladiator Profits that we just launched?
I don't believe that you should get one for that. To be fair, he's the only one, but it's just continual, and it's like, oh, but okay, so where do I plug in my emails? It's like, go
How
back
quickly
into
are you
training.
responding, Dan?
I'd be like, okay, go back to watch video 1 again, or go back to watch this.
And I'm trying to push him back, but I also don't want to be.
How quickly do you respond to tickets, Dan, to him?
Well,
be
this
honest.
is a funny situation because right now I respond to all of our support tickets, unless it's right around the launch when there might be more if we're doing a bigger launch. But usually people get a response within a few hours. And I started doing with him is letting that time go out longer. However, I started doing that, and he'll open another ticket an hour later, and then another ticket. I haven't had a response back to this yet.
So this is your response.
Look, we answer all of our tickets within 48 hours.
Yeah.
And then we keep going. And then I have to merge his tickets into one, and I'm just like,
I don't do that. You know what I used to do? I used to just close the duplicates. No comment, no nothing.
Close.
I would wait until I was due to reply to him.
Yeah. Because they'll get a notification, won't they? Like,
close. Now go back to the original thing. Number 1, I have closed all your duplicate tickets. Please do not open any more duplicate tickets. It only slows down our response to you.
And it's against your terms and conditions.
Here's your response. And then, and that's really what you do. With support, I kind of categorize my support. So when it comes in, you do it, someone's got an access issue. I can't get in. All right, and quickly get you sorted. You're into the content, you're happy. Those I deal with as quick as I can, as swiftly as I can. Is it always immediately? No, of course it fucking isn't. But 9 times out of 10, the issue with it is they put the wrong email address in. They copied and pasted the password wrong. It's normally common shit like that anyway. And with the systems I use, if they can't get in, there's things on the login page like forgotten your password. They can always try that first anyway, and various other things. So massively have reduced the support on those issues anyway. And then the other issues you're going to get are those sorts of things. And the question I ask myself, first of all, is it in the scope of support? I can't work out how to do this. Well, that's covered in depth in the second video. If you can be specific about what your problem is, then you make them do the work, right? Well, I don't know where to put my email address in. Yes, that's covered in video number 2, like I said. You just keep giving them
never respond to them with the answer.
You never then break it down further. Because honestly, if they can't watch your video and understand this, they shouldn't be doing it. It's not for them. There is an entry level. There is some bar of entry, and the bar of entry is, well, when I get stuck with a simple ass problem, I'm going to Google it. Don't come to me with a support ticket for something Google could have answered. Because that's kind of, so when they come to me about, oh, I bought your product about this, but now tell me where you get your traffic from. No, you haven't paid me to tell you where I get my traffic. I've discussed some sources. I've discussed some ideas. I'm not going to share with you my specific ads and my specific things at the level of money you're paying me. Do my I say coaching, I don't coach anymore. Do my mentoring clients get to see some of that data? Absolutely they do. I'm an open book. But I'm not going to share it with you for $27, $7, or whatever you pick the amount you've paid me. You get to the point where you're at my higher level of mentoring, where you're paying me thousands of dollars every month, and I'll disclose all that shit and show it to you. No problemo. But I'm not disclosing it to you for $5. Fuck off. It's not my job. It's not what you paid for. I offered you this. I delivered this. The bar of entry was you had to be able to do a few things. One of those things was watch a video and copy what I do. And if that's too hard for you, I'm sorry, you are not going to get anywhere in this game. It's like what how to tell me you're not going to make money without telling me you're not going to make money. And you have which is the answer to your own question in this case.
You have a mentoring program, don't you?
And if they don't like it, they can fuck off.
Yeah.
You have a mentoring program, right? So the other thing as well is you can reply. I've done this before to someone.
Oh, we've been down that rabbit hole. He's broke. That was.
Yeah. Well,
we've been down that rabbit hole because we know the guy because he applied to work with me, and he had a call. He actually went through and he managed to get through to Richie, and Richie called him. And he said that he was like, yeah, I told him the price of everything and what we do and what it was. He's like, yeah, that's great. I just want a call with Dan before I pay the money. And I said, no fucking way, because I know exactly what that is about and what that. So they said, look,
the answers.
You get on a call with Dan. Like, you can get your onboarding tomorrow. We can get you started. There's not going to be any, you don't have to wait a week or 2 weeks. Let's take care of the investment and then we can do that. Got no money. So we're back at the same situation,
So every ticket he sends
the answer to is he's got no money then I can't help you. It's not your fault. He can't wait. He's trying to money to buy all this other shit they've bought. You don't go into business without thinking there's going to be some overhead. And there will be. But those overheads are relatively small if you're prepared to use your brain and do some of the grunt work. This is, at the end of the day, what we do, no matter how we cut this, guess what? It involves some actual work, some sitting down at the computer and writing things when you don't feel like writing. It involves doing some stuff that like watching figures and looking at split testing. And to be honest, getting split test results, analyzing them is as boring as fuck. So I make it as easy as I can with certain tools. I still do it because it works.
We had a
fucking dull, but you've got to want to do it. And if you can't even be asked to watch a video, how on earth are you going to expect to get over the first minor hurdle you have in business? Because hurdles are going to come up. It's not if, it's when. But you deal with them as and when they come up.
We've got a promo going out tomorrow on Saturday for an internal thing. And I was like, so I got up this morning and I was like, right, I don't have any more days. I have to film the VSL today because we're wanting to email that tomorrow. The emails are already written. So, and because, you guys know I have a thing with VSLs. I just hate doing them. But it gets to a point and it's like, right, we've got the emails lined up for tomorrow. We probably do need to get the VSL put in there today. So guess what? I have to film a VSL. Didn't want to do it. But
here's the thing. Even at a higher level, just so you're aware, but it makes it more palatable because you're getting paid correctly. I've had people who are paying me good money and you go, right, we've got clear direction. So they know what they're doing this week. And I'm not a coach. We look at their business, what the next clear direction is. Right, so you're going to build this landing page for this purpose, put that there, link it to that and drive some traffic to it, get some initial test traffic to it. That's a plan for the next 7 days. Any questions, you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger. If you're at a certain level of coach, you have access throughout the week, anytime, and all sorts of other things. These people have that. You get back next week, And some of these people are quite successful. This is a scary ass thing. You get back the next week and they go, oh no, I didn't get the landing page done because I started to build it and then I got stuck on this. And you go, you got access to me on fucking Facebook Messenger. You got access to me here. You go, why didn't you message me and tell me it? But so what this is, 9 times out of 10 is a bullshit excuse. They just didn't get it done. But they got a cut of hang-ups. They went, oh, for fuck's sake, I'll do it later, or I'll figure it out later. And instead of going, I need to put that email address somewhere, where's it go? Look at some help files, do some YouTube searching. You know, that's it. Anyway,
See y'all later.
Cheers, Kurt. We're also
See you, Kurt.
See you,
We're
man.
going to carry on chatting, but you guys in YouTube land, you don't know what we're going to be saying.
Bye-bye.